to the airport and get out. The government's advice to British citizens.
I generally feel sorry for anyone that's got to live in the UK right now. What is going on?
Stop being such a little pussy, okay? Pull yourself together, man up, and enjoy the fact that you're on this bloody beautiful island, mate. 'Cause if you carry on like this, I'm going to give you a slap.
Can someone explain what has gone on here? We've got red lids, yellow ones. What the fuck is this?
The UK is a fucking dump. It's one of the shittest places to live.
The UK is now officially the second most miserable country on the planet. This is a survey of 71 countries, including some of the poorest places on the planet.
Life is getting harder and harder here. Things are getting more expensive and the quality of service is either declining or staying stagnant. Wages haven't kept up with those housing prices. If your take-home pay is $2,000 and your rent is $1,000 or more, that doesn't leave you with much left for yourself.
So Australia has now labelled the UK as a level 2 security risk, meaning that it's told all of its citizens that the UK is dangerous to visit. High street crime, high number of thefts, especially phone theft. And they advise their citizens not to travel here. Mexico done something similar, but I'm not sure on their level that they've given it. So that's where we are now. That's the country that we live in. All these other countries are now putting security risks on us. I totally understand why, but it's not nice, is it? Right? This was such a rich, vibrant country. A beautiful place to come to. Everyone around the world wanting to visit the UK because of all its iconic landmarks, and now they're being told not to come because it's so dangerous, because the police do nothing. The police are so tied up on being caught out on people's ridiculous rights. They're just not enforcing anything anymore. I don't know. It's sad.
Here is the thing I just cannot understand. I've just spent like the last 45 minutes driving around 3 miles to get my child to school, to then get to the train station to get to work. How can we accept 45 minutes traffic for a 3-mile journey? And that's supposed to be okay. This is just a rant, but I really feel like our quality of life in the UK is going down so significantly. And I know it's all relative, and this is completely first world problem.
Right then, welcome back to Blighty Blighted. Another week, another bloody mess to sort through, isn't it? You know, I've been watching the news this morning. Well, what passes for news these days, and I can't help but think about how different things were when I was a lad, back in the 50s, 60s even. We had our troubles, mind you. Rationing was still on when I was small, but there was something else, wasn't there? Hope. A sense that tomorrow might actually be better than today. My old dad used to say, "Son, this country's got backbone." Backbone. Can you imagine? We'd just come through the war, cities in rubble, but people rolled up their sleeves, built the NHS, proper council houses that working folk could afford, You could leave school at 16 and walk into a job that'd keep you your whole life if you wanted. Now, one of my grandsons, a bright lad, university degree and all. He's in his 40s now and still living in some grotty flat share, paying more in rent than I paid for my whole mortgage. Can't afford to start a family. Can't even afford to get poorly without worrying about waiting lists that stretch to next Christmas. Don't get me wrong. I'm not some old fool pining for the past. We've got wonders now my generation couldn't dream of.
Any of that like spontaneous water cooler conversations collaboration is just not happening. So remind me why it is again that we have decided that remote working and home officing is not a good idea, and why instead we've decided to add layers more stress on top of most often working parents who are trying desperately to somehow get their children to childcare so that they can haul their ass into an office to stress themselves out running from meeting to meeting all day, a number of which are done virtually, and then to do the same thing on the other side and get home and be completely stressed out and exhausted. And they wonder why women are choosing not to have children and the population numbers are completely plummeting. So yeah, this is my cathartic rant, but I'm really wondering whether this is life or whether this is just life in the UK right now.
I find it really hard coming back from holiday to the UK. Everyone's like ready for home, but I'm never ready for home. I feel like it's actually quite sad because I feel like I don't actually have anything in the UK to come back to. Like, all my friends are like married, settled, like they've got their own lives going on. I see them, there's a good balance, but like I don't know what my next chapter is, and I would literally love to know what my next chapter is. Like what I thought where I was going to be in my life at my age that I'm at, which is going to be 33 in 2 weeks, is not where I want to be. So I need to make a change, and I don't know what change that I need to make for me to feel like, you know?
I don't know how much longer I can stomach living in this fucking country. I literally am just existing right now. I have no fucking motivation to do absolutely anything. Everything seems so fucking pointless. I've literally worked my arse off from the age of fucking 20 to try and actually get somewhere. And what has it fucking got me? I don't have a house, I don't have any kids, I don't have a partner, I don't have fucking anything. This country literally sucks the fucking living life out of you and the living hope out of you like a mosquito. Do you know how fucking hard it is to have every motherfucker around you pretending that everything is fucking okay? It's not okay. It's not going to be okay. It's getting worse, and it's gonna get worse. I'm so tired of these cunts just fucking hoarding all the wealth and then blaming everyone else for not working hard enough. Like, I literally just want to scream into the fucking void. So many people are just like, yeah, well, what can we do about it? What do you mean, what can we fucking do about it? You're just gonna do nothing? You're just gonna do nothing? Are you okay with this? Like, is anybody okay with this? I'm saving up, and I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'm fucking off. I can't do it anymore. I will literally off myself if I fucking stay in this country too much longer. It's so miserable, and I'm so fucking miserable, and I'm fucking done. I'm fucking done with this bullshit.
Do you know what really, really disgusts me about the UK? Is the fact that my granddad, who's paid tax into this country for 65 years, worked 2 jobs for about 30 of those years, so paid double tax, but yet he cannot get approved for funding to go into a care home when he actually needs help now because he's elderly and he's got mobility problems and he needs nursing help. Me and my mum have been fighting for nearly 2 years now. Nearly 2 years he's lived in hospital because he cannot get approved for funding. But if you come over here illegally on a boat, you can get put straight into temporary accommodation, which the government funds. Within weeks, you're set up with benefits, which half the money you can send home to your family. Within a few months, you're given a council place. Everything's funded and paid for, straight away like that. But you've got a man who's never broke the law, paid back into the community. He's a well-known, valued member of his community. He helped people for so many years. He was known in his village as someone who used to clean for free, decorate for free, clean people's windows for free, just to help people out when they were struggling. He is a valued member of his community. He worked up until he was 80 years old. He is now 86, and for the first time, he needs help, and we can't get it. We are fighting with everything we have. Me and my family, we are fighting with everything we have to try and get him into a care home. Can we get him into a care home? Can we get him funding approved? No, we cannot. But every day I am seeing clips on the news of all these men coming in on boats. We don't know their criminal history. We don't know what they're capable of. Yeah, come on over. We'll help you out. Here's money. Here's accommodation. Here's 3 meals a day for free, which I've also seen clips on the news of. But my granddad, bless him, is literally sat in a hospital, not knowing what's going on. Well, us as a family have got to fight for something that should just be a given. He has paid 65 years worth of tax into this country, and he can't even be approved for funding to get into a care home. It's absolutely disgusting. I am so fuming about it. I need to do a whole series on this whole story, and my family keeps saying to me, like, you've got a platform, you need to use it, because we have exhausted every avenue. We are now going down the legal route to help him, and I want to try and use my platform to speak about it more, because I am so disgusted, and I am so, like, we feel so helpless. We didn't know we had this fight. We thought, oh, maybe a few months of, you know, sorting funding out and stuff like that. We had no idea. It's got to the point now where I've had to put in complaints of neglect against the council and the hospital that he's in, because no one's helping us. Every time we think we're getting somewhere, we're then hit with a no. The stress and strain it's caused not only him but my family is intense. It's crazy, like, what it's done to us as a family and what it's done to him. His mental health is massively declined, which has affected his physical health. And every day, all I keep seeing is videos of more illegals coming over, and they just get handed stuff. I saw a clip yesterday where someone went undercover in one of these hotels that they put the illegals in for, like, temporary accommodation until the council can house them, and they are given like 3 cooked meals a day for free. They're given hotel accommodation for free, and my granddad, who's actually paid into this country, who's actually a valued member of his community, he's given so much to his community, and now he needs help. No one can help him. Like, there's no help. It breaks my heart, because I think, imagine he had no family fighting for him as well. There must be so much elderly in the UK that are in this position that have got no family to help them, and my heart goes out to them, because I can't believe how much the UK government are letting down our elderly. It's absolutely shocking. I didn't even realise this was going on until it happened to me and my family. And seeing how hard we've actually got to fight for my granddad and how much he's being let down, and just knowing they're helping illegals that have never paid a day, like, never done a day's work in this country, never paid any tax, never done anything for the community. And then you've got a man who's never done anything wrong in his life, never broke the law. Even now, like, even to the people that are neglecting him, he's still, like, nothing but kind and giving. And he feels like such a burden to the people that are neglecting him. Like, this man has not got a bad bone in his body, and he's paid his dues. Like, I can't even imagine how much he's paid over the years in tax. And now he's only probably got a maximum of a couple of years left, and we can't even get him help for the end of his life. It's just shocking, and I'm so sick of seeing all these videos of these illegal immigrants coming over with big smiles on their face, and the hotels they get put into, the food they get given, knowing my grandpa is literally stuck in a hospital with nowhere to go, and we are fighting like hell as a family, and we can't get him any help. So I need to use my platform to get his story out there, because, you know, I might not change anything, but just to get his story out there, because I wasn't aware that this was going on before it happened to us. And it's just absolutely shocking. You just assume, oh, like, what, you know, when the elderly get to a certain age and they need help, that the government will help them. No, the UK government don't want to help their own, and it's just shocking the neglect he's been through from the councils, from the government. from the hospitals is absolutely shocking. So I'm going to do a whole series on it. I want his story out there. I'm absolutely disgusted. Just another reason why I'd give anything to get me and the kids out of this country. I honestly can't stand it. It's just absolutely shocking. So something needs to change. I've honestly had enough. It's disgusting.
Come on, like someone tell me what is happening there. Like, we're lucky we got to leave. We live in Australia now and we're living a great life. But I feel so sorry for the people that got to stay there. My heart genuinely goes out to you. Like, what is going on? The whole world's laughing at the UK. And I just cannot see a scenario where it gets better. How is it going to get better? How? How can you undo 30, 40 years of mistakes, cataclysmic errors that they've made? The country's a mess. Like, I can only see it getting worse. The quality of life's going to go down. The crime's going to go up. The cost of living is going to explode. Like, the taxes are going up without a shadow of a doubt. They've got to pay for all this stuff. They've got to pay for it somehow. Like, it is a mess. If you're one of those people that is genuinely considering leaving the UK to move to a different country, whether it be Australia or anywhere, then please just do it. Explore it, research it. You can always go back. Don't be scared of leaving your friends and family temporarily whilst the UK's given an opportunity to fix itself, because it's a state. Like, I'm just gutted. I'm gutted for people that have got to live there, because, you know, if you're a skilled professional in your field or you're young and you're not exploring the idea of leaving, my advice would be, I'm not an expert, do it. Just do it. You only get one go at the game of life. You might regret it if you don't, because I do not see the UK being fixed in my lifetime. I cannot see a scenario where that's going to take place. It can only get worse, and it's so sad. Like, my heart goes out to people that have got to stay there, because it's just not nice. If you are looking to move from the UK to Australia and you want some advice on where to look for the skills list to see if your occupation's on there, let me know in the comments and I'll send over the link for you. Look, good luck, guys. I generally feel for you.
I was surprised before I came that it's got the worst crime statistics after London in England.
Because there's no work. No, they have no work anywhere.
Is that since like ICI closed and Steels
ICI still works and everything.
The ship works?
Yeah.
So you think that when there's no work, obviously, people turn to antisocial behaviour and stuff?
I can't count for everybody, but majority of them. The young ones, there's nothing whatsoever. They've cut all of youth clubs down and all stuff like that.
Yeah.
You can't blame the kids, really.
It certainly is a sad town centre, folks. Now I've got away from those main streets. You can see this stretch of what was shops. Everything shut here. And just pretty depressing air in the town centre. We see this picture around Britain all too often these days. Just shuttered shop after shuttered shop. Just to prove to you, it's 2:30 on a Friday. Any town worth its salt with a retail offering worth visiting should at least have, well, more than this going on. It's very sad. The Beach Boys. Controversial, but in some ways better than the Beatles. You don't know where the old Ayerson Park football ground used to be, do you?
It's just round here, mate.
Just round, yeah. I remember coming as a kid, but it's all changed now.
No, there's some new houses up here.
What's it like up here these days?
It's not too bad, mate, to be honest, but it is, some parts are rough, but it is what it is. Most towns and cities are all the same, but like I say, I used to go to the borough games. I was a proper hardcore fan when I was 14-year-old. I was going like early 90s, you get what I mean, 91, 92.
Oh, so you'd have been when like Janino, Ravanelli.
Yeah, them.
That was an amazing time to be a Middlesbrough fan.
I'm 42-year-old coming up, so basically, you know what I mean, you're talking more. 25 years, summit. When we were in Europe, I went to Villarreal in 2004.
Fair play, mate. What a memory.
Yeah,
for a borough fan, I'm not taking a piss, but not the biggest club in the world, you know.
It isn't.
What a period that was for Middlesbrough.
It was. Well, like you said, the Janino, the Ravanelli times, that era was just fantastic.
Fantasyland, wasn't it?
It was, mate.
I think I found the location of the old football ground. So this road which is a cul-de-sac. It's called the Turnstile. It's had a sticker over it, leading to the midfield. So that gent said they've all got names that relate to football. I mean, for those of you that aren't interested in football, especially the history of football, this may be of very little relevance to you, but it means a lot to me to come back here. I remember coming here a couple of times as a kid, and I know that my nan's brothers were die-hard Middlesbrough fans, and they used to come to Ayresome Park and watch their beloved borough. Look at this, folks. You may wonder why I'm getting excited about an old red and white brick wall. Well, painted white red brick wall. They've left this from the old Ayresome Park ground. This was, hello mate. Hello. This was part of the football stadium, do you know that? Yeah. When I was your age, I used to come here from Wolverhampton and watch Middlesbrough play Wolverhampton.
Yeah, it's got anti-climb paint.
Okay, anti-climb paint. Well, you shouldn't be climbing on it then. This is a relic of, I guess, I mean, if you ask most old boys, they'll say better times in Middlesbrough. Ayresome Park, at least a part of it's still standing. Right, I'm really happy I found that wall. You can't believe how excited I am I found.
This country is absolutely fucked. Right, I got sacked 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago. Not earned any money. Right, got told today can't get any benefits, even though I've paid 11 grand in tax, 4 grand in national insurance. Right, all the way through this financial year, I can't get any benefits, can't get any help. Been offered a job that I can start next week. It's 30 mile away, so that's a 60-mile round trip. Right? You expect me to get there with nothing? Absolutely nothing. My rent won't get paid. Nothing's getting paid. So that's what you get for being a taxpayer in this country. Absolutely fuck all. So thanks Great Britain, thanks Job Centre and everyone else for absolutely fucking with my life, because I don't really know what the fuck I'm meant to do now. I can't get no money off anyone, can't do anything. But I've got a job that they expect me to go to that I can't get to. Fucked up England, fucked up.
The cost of living in the UK right now is absolutely crazy. Like, I don't know how people afford to live here. Like, on minimum wage, especially. Like, you need to have, like, 2 jobs to be able to afford the UK. Like, for me, like, I'm so grateful that I have the work that I do, because it makes it affordable to live here. But I don't even want to live here because of this cost. Like, I can, like, go to, like, places, even Dubai is cheaper than England right now. You could literally be living somewhere so much warmer and so much cheaper for the same amount of money or less. Like, for me, like, this just is like, and for everybody that I know, this is more than enough reason to go and start a side hustle and to want to go and, like, achieve more for yourself than having to, like, put up with this.
Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but England, this is really depressing. England has just been ranked the 2nd most miserable place to live in the world. Yep. You heard it. The 2nd most, the 2nd to Uzbekistan. I mean, can you believe it? We are now ranked the 2nd most miserable place to live in the world. 72 countries took part in this, and it's all down to the cost of living, NHS, obviously, constant strikes. Wages are rubbish. Obviously the weather, can't do much about that. Shitty weather. Chaos in our government. I mean, that is just, I can't believe that. I really can't believe that. It's so sad. Safety, I guess people just, and immigration, all of that. But yeah, I think we've been led down a bloody garden path, don't you? And this is where people are now. They're just pissed off. They're just pissed off and depressed with the state of our country and how we come last, don't we? We're the least important to anyone. But yeah, England is now the most depressing place to live in the world.
You pay one of the highest rates in taxes. You can barely afford your bills as it is. You struggle to live paycheck to paycheck and work a job all week just to barely get by, just to live in an unsafe shithole. Look at the state of the town centres. Public services are struggling. The NHS has huge waiting lists. There's crime on every street corner. Violent knife crime, the list goes on. You get hit with council tax, road tax, stamp duty, income tax up to 45%. All your money goes back to the government. You pay VAT on everything you purchase. 20%. You can't even hand your house down to your kids after you've worked your whole life. You get hit with 40% inheritance tax. And where does all your tax money go, you ask? Does it go to good use? Does it go to improve public services? Or maybe even to house homeless veterans that have fought wars for us, or who have paid taxes their whole lives but have fallen on hard times? No, actually your money goes to house violent criminals who are illegal, who shouldn't even be here in the first place. They get benefits, they get healthcare, they get housing, and then they go and commit horrendous crimes. It's getting worse and worse, guys, and you need to wake up and escape the system. If you want to learn how I live life on my terms and how I can travel, do what I want, and rely on myself as my own boss to make an online income without having anyone to answer to, go to my profile.
The best thing about UK is people, and the worst thing about UK is such a boring country. The only fun thing people do in here is going to pub and drinking. They seem to be happy, they seem to be talking to each other, they are friendly, but there is something missing. And people who came from other countries, let's say even from Eastern Europe like me, they can notice the difference. And even you English people, so many of you going to live in Spain, and there is a reason for it. It's a really strange one, as your economy is quite good, lots of opportunities. You live a better life, but something is missing. Another thing is a system you live in. All your bills are monthly, and you know to survive you need to work. So you actually work in most of your life, and you don't have freedom, you don't have time to enjoy, you are not happy. You pretend to be happy, but you are not. Am I right? Is it the system you are living in, or is it something else? Write in comments if you have any ideas.
Guys, are we all planning to leave the UK and move abroad? Because wallah, I'm on it. Like, there genuinely might be no benefit staying here long term. Let me break it down for you. All my friends or anyone that I've spoken to that has moved abroad and left the UK, it's like a third eye has opened here and they've seen the world in a different light. Now hear it, it comes down to one simple thing: quality of life. Now we know the UK is notoriously expensive. Now yes, that's an issue, but that's not the biggest issue. The biggest issue is what you're getting in return. Let me just give you an example. A 2-bedroom apartment, meaty, just a normal apartment, you're paying about 1,600, 1,700 minimum. That's without bills, that's without council tax, might not even come with parking, doesn't include security, doesn't include a gym, doesn't include a swimming pool, and even if it did include a swimming pool, you're never going to use it because look at the weather. I'll take 1,600, 1,700 and just look at apartments in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Doha, Thailand, Bali. Bro, genuinely you might cry, I'll be honest. And that price is even a stretch. You can get a proper nice apartment not far from the city centre with security, gym, parking, swimming pool, beautiful weather, nice people. Let's not talk about the people here either. All for the exact same price or much, much, much cheaper. And look at other factors as well. Security, not really there. Economy, cost of living seems to be going up. Salaries aren't matching that. What's that about? Again, go back to quality of life. I want to go out with my boys, for example. In the UK, I'll be going to a media restaurant with nothing really special about it. I might walk away from that paying 40 or 50 pounds. Take that to a different country. For example, Dubai. I can sit down, have a nice meal, a drink, maybe shisha. The service I'm getting, the guy that is serving me is probably the nicest human in all of mankind history. I'm looking at the Burj Khalifa. I'm hearing Adele singing her lungs out and fountains just going crazy. You might be paying the same price. Look what you're getting in return, you mug. So just shout me in it. Where we going, man? I'm on it.
I've seen a lot of this on my For You page, so I'm going to chime in about how depressing British culture is, because I went to live in London for 6 months and I experienced a bit of British culture. And I'm American, so I compare it to American culture. And it is really a very depressed, miserable place. And I thought to myself, I would never live here because of that. That's the truth. Now, I see myself as sort of British. My grandparents, when they were living in South Africa, they were living in the British Empire. And so, I mean, I've always supported British soccer teams and I feel quite British. So I don't mean it as a dig to British people. It's just that the people there don't seem like they're having fun. They seem like they're constantly trying to escape misery. They seem like their work is just so depressing, and that the joke is that everything is depressing and bad. And like, that's the entire sense of humor. It's like, this all sucks. Let's just make jokes about it. The class system is so obvious and weird. Like, they're just upper class people, lower class people, and you're just born into it. And the accents, you can tell based on people's accents. And that's weird. In America, it's pretty much like you have to give it to us or to America that you just earn your way. And I know there's lots of, people, you get born into things, you're lucky. But if you get rich, if you move up in your class, you're just able to. In England, it's like, you're never gonna really be upper class if you're born lower class. They'll always know that you're not. Because it's about culture. It's not just about money. It's about like the way you act. And there's a lot of like inner or interclass like anger and like weird feelings. And also, I just want to say there's a lot of anger in the culture. I was at a lot of games, soccer games, Premier League games, things like that. And the fans are so angry. Like, it's not like America where people get mad or whatever, and, you know, but it's like normal. It's like they're a little mad. In England, they're like so pissed the whole time. They're just looking for like reasons to let their anger out. And there's so much anger. There's so much swearing. There'll be a 6-year-old just yelling the C word. It's like, what the hell? What's going on here? It's like borderline. I'm looking around thinking like, this is uncivilized. This is the nation that was telling everybody else, we're so civilized. We're going to civilize you. And I'm like, I haven't seen a bunch of people this uncivilized for my entire life. It's kind of a weird place. And they have so much like pride, but it's like they're not convinced of their pride. It's like if there wasn't somebody else telling you we don't like British people, then there wouldn't be a good enough reason to say, no, actually, we're all right. We're all right. You know, it's like if they had to be honest with themselves, they'd be like, this is bad. This is not very nice. This is not enjoyable. The politics is all super messy. And coming from America, I'm not, you know, ours is messy too, but politics is messy, weird. Things don't seem to be working. The economy seems to be backsliding. It just doesn't seem to be a great time to be like British. And I don't know what's going on really, but the vibe is off. The vibe is off. That's my opinion. The vibe is off. There's a lot of anger. There's a lot of depression, a lot of depressing vibes. And they're almost like happy with the fact that it's depressing because that's what they know. They're like used to that. The men, like the whole toxic masculinity thing is like very, very real in England. It's like you can't, like there's a huge conversation about like, you know, suicides among men because men can't speak about their emotions. And there are tons of things about that. When I was in England, there were tons of ads about that. Like, please, if you're going through something, just speak up. It's like, well, damn, that's that prevalent in the society that has to be on TV all the time. Like, wow, that's pretty, it's a little dystopian to me. I mean, I don't know, I could probably say more, but I'll just leave it there. Disappointing. And I don't know.
And I think I know why. These things. Happiness, for me, is when our life matches where we envisaged where we thought it would be. To come second bottom, to come that low, tells me most of us haven't even defined where we wanted to be in the first place. Most people in this country exist with no vision for their life, no plan, no goals whatsoever. Obviously, these things are used all over the world, but in this country, they seem to have hit totally different. We are totally obsessed with what Auntie June had for dinner last night, or why Susie replies to everyone else on the girls' chat, and not you. Happiness comes from the progress made towards an intended vision for your life. A vision for anyone's life starts initially with daydreaming. How often do you daydream with one of these things in your hands? Visions and goals are created with quiet time, pen and paper stuff. When was the last time you sat down and intentionally allowed yourself time to daydream? Challenge time. Phone, down, pen, paper, 2 hours, vision, goals, try it.
I've come to a terrible conclusion. Britain is no longer a safe place for women and children. Why do I say that? Figures released today all over the front pages of our newspapers. 26,000 prisoners released early by this government this year alone. What's more worrying, hundreds of them had prison sentences of 14 years or more or 10 years or more. That means they are really serious, hardened criminals who are now out and free. Some of them are violent offenders, some of them are sex offenders, some of them are domestic abuse offenders. Who did the sex offenders go for? Who did the domestic abuse offenders go for? Women and children. That's why I'm saying to you, is Britain any longer a safe place for women and children? I'm not sure it is.
But something's gone wrong, hasn't it? When working people can't afford to live where they work, when pensioners are choosing between heating and eating. That's not the Britain we built. That's not the Britain we were promised. Anyway, that's enough of an old man's rambling for today. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Are things as grim as they seem, or am I just getting too long in the tooth? Until next time, keep your chins up, Blighty. Cheerio.